And I'm back, so it's time to start capping the head asses from these outlaws. Well, I would find it really handy if I could just find a dome switch and turn it off for a bit while I'm in some sort of shelter and then just watch how they fry.
Looks like outlaws.
Oh yeah, outlaws they are. And I have to use my... Come on, blow up. Good. Hello, Thin Man. Sorry, but your rockets are not gonna hit. You're dead. Well, that should have hurt. There you are. Take some bullets to your head. And of course now I take this. A hit, more hits. And you're out. And there's the sharpshooter I faced before. Okay, come there and I'm gonna torch your ass. Oh yeah, well, of course it's a real shame that the flamethrower has just so short time of fire. Because if it would have a much longer time period of fire, not just a small burst, it would be much more fun. There's nothing as necessary as using a flamethrower. Well, of course, this place probably actually, this place does have an atmosphere.
Another data pad nearby, operator.
Thank you, Sam. But in any case, within this dome there's atmosphere, and of course, knowing that the space opera genre, most species use the same kind of, at least breathe the same atmosphere, except, well, Volus of the Milky Way, they don't. They breathe whatever kind of ammonia, high pressure ammonia gases. Meaning they were short, they were squat, they spoke with they had this weird mask. And they were ultra capitalists, but they were also quite smart about technology and all that. Yeah. All handy stuff, and check it.
Sam, you get that fragment?
I've completed the passcode, Pathfinder, marking the Excel base in your system.
Well,
Good. Let's put an end to whatever Krex is doing.
Well, I could understand if you were mining helium-3 to use it as a fuel and then sell it or just use it. But I think his or her interests are much more in the line of kabooms, which would be kinda bad and messy. Mostly messy. Hell, it would be just hilarious to see that the the running away goons just decide to go and blast themselves to out of existence in some backwater of completely strange galaxy they had went into, and then they had exiled themselves from it. Although, as I now think about the idea of starting a colonization trip to another galaxy, even when you do going a 600-year trip, even if that demands faster than light travel, it's still only, I could assume, only two kinds of people either meets.
An effect of solar radiation. The radiation is also partly what makes this planet dangerous.
You've been around. Bet you've seen some real craziness. Not just in Helios.
Save it, kid. Go bug someone else.
The hell? What was that for?
I've seen 1,000 humans like you. Don't make me pretend you are the one who won't die. You're what, 2? Come back when there's hair on whatever it is you have.
Well, of course, knowing that the Krogan live old, the Asari live old, and the Krogan live old, but Asari are slow breeding, or at least I think Asari are slowly breeding, even though they can breed with any sentient races, at least of the Milky Way. They still are possibly quite small, slowly breeding, as in that Asari mates start. Oh fuck! Oh yeah, that wasn't smart. Yep. Well, luckily there wasn't. They been given a bit mercy, as in for that kind of controlling your vehicle mistakes. So I guess it's time to.
Right up.
Yep. I knew that. Yeah, driving a rally in a moon. Oh, damn it.
I'm not too, Drac. I've been around.
I'm 1400 and something. 2 years or 2 decades. It's the same to me.
There's a difference between experience and out of touch.
Yep, you're not as invested when young shits die. Look, I'm sure you're worth knowing, but all I see is a skull.
Yeah. Of course, being an old Krogan, he's using the card of I'm too old to do it. I'm too old to listen to your shit. And of course, that's a good card when you can pull it actually.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Well, there's the station.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Hazardous radiation detected. Please remain in the Nomad.
All right. I can't just go to the station and They've done some building work around here too, but I wonder why they can't use the Mass Effect field to make the Nomad handled better in this kind of...
Whoa, that's unsettling.
Yep, this is quite unsettling place. But it's beautiful in a barren, hostile way, which is good. Games and stories should have interesting visual tales and make the environment itself should tell a story, even though it wouldn't be an active participant in the game itself. I think that it would be just be a background. It should tell a story. I think this landscape, sky.
Must have.
I probably walked through someone's war dock, but that's not really what we do.
Oh yeah. Well, of course, knowing that the only sentient species in Milky Way which had similar lifespan, or actually
The exiles mentioned.
shorter but still very long lifespan, are the Asari, and they had already that, or at least some of them already had that kind of idea. That I've been around long enough to see all kinds of bad shit happening. Like, oh yeah. But of course, being Krogan, probably active Krogan, being very thickly armored and spiky, makes that, yeah, you've been around a lot. You can say a lot of shit. You've seen a lot of shit. You can say a lot of shit, and you probably don't take shit. And being a Krogan, he's probably also eating quite a lot of different kind of. Make some fire. Better send the boys down there to do their work. Especially knowing that the Drac who does very good work in, I mean, it's a matter of acts of destruction. Practically you can't make things any better or worse by if you have Krogan, you are assuming trouble. And especially when you have a Krogan who is an old and ill-tempered, then Drac, you're expecting a lot of trouble. Well, probably Drac himself always expects trouble. Krogan probably will join this group, this colony drop group thing, just because trouble was expected. So it's best good to have take a species which has naturally about as ill temper as, well, hard to say what. Oh yeah, that's terror. I'm gonna blast you to hell. There you go. Take some bullets. Good. It stop and take some shots and stay shot. What is there? Close combat. Always a fun option to employ. Level 24. We'll give it a bit of kaboom. You're going down from there, boy. Oh, lady, I really didn't have time to check which you are.
You can use the passcode on the door to the second zone, Pathfinder.
Hello and goodbye.
Nice work.
Yep, and use the passcode and more. And there's some Krogan here.
That did it.
Of course, I shouldn't be surprised that a Krogan. You tough bastard. I shouldn't have surprised that the leader was Krogan. Well, as I said, was. Come on! Give up! I know you are tough bastards, Krogan. That's why you were brought in here. But enough is enough. Now that Krex took probably something like a. Alright. He had an armor, but he still probably took more than one clip of bullets to the head.
That takes care of Krex and his people. But what were they up to?
I detect an audio log nearby, Pathfinder. It may give you the information you need.
Probably up to no good. Let's take the ammunition. And there's some sciencey thing. All kinds of handy loot. And datapad.
I don't want excuses, Krex. The dust on the surface isn't enough. If I want to take these initiative colonies out, we'll need a hell of a lot more helium-3. I know that remnant tiller in the conservatory will work. Get it running. Elora out.
It's that Asari from Kadara. She wanted to attack the colonies. But it sounds like they couldn't activate some sort of remnant tiller. Sam?
An active remnant tiller would expose more soil to radiation, increasing helium-3 production exponentially. If my calculations are correct, this planet could fuel Nexus ships for an estimated 368 years.
Our Milky Way supply will run out eventually. Now we won't have to worry. We need to get that tiller up and running.
I've marked the remnant conservatory on your display.
If Elora had mined enough helium-3 to bomb the colonies,
I advise against hypotheticals, Pathfinder. I've alerted the Nexus to the situation. Patrols will be stationed around this planet to ensure the helium-3 remains in your control.
Still, when I see Alora again, we're having a chat.
I think that chat would be something like a bullets to their face. Even though Asari usually have pretty faces, hell they are sentient species capable of breeding with every other sentient species. Gender doesn't matter, so it would be make sense in their evolution to be seen desirable by many other species. At least in, of course, this game is made by humans. Of course, in human sense, Asari are attractive, and of course, in the game-wise sense, they also are attractive to Turians and Salarians. Yes, even Salarians would in a sense do not have a sex drive as in probably every other sentient species.
Suppose you've seen this sort of thing before.
All new to me.
I thought you had 1,000 years of experience.
It's a new galaxy. Better hope you and your Pathfinder figure it out.
So let's check. Does this planet have the tiller map? So let's just drive to the tiller and six-wheel drive, of course, but still, it's this remnant technology feels. Yeah, it's good that with it it has all those instant terraforming things and all kind of useful things you can get them do. But what is their purpose? Was it something like the dying species decided to leave friendly legacy behind, not just some evil monsters? So of course some of them are hostile, as in that, hey, they're quite unpredictable, but in that sense that you can live next to a remnant facility or whatever it is called and not disturb it and not get disturbed by it in a planet made terraformed by remnant technology.
Shit!
Oh yeah. I will eventually. Oh yeah, there's the bridge.
Breaking my back out here.
Broke my back in the Skillian Verge, diving through a Batarian scout ship to gut the pilot.
Oh.
Suck it up, kid.
Oh yeah, probably a number of injuries, scrapes, bruises, and things worth clothing or saying that no, that didn't work, that didn't hurt me at all, or but say that came and it hurt. It's probably something that list is probably very long, and so there's probably no reason not to.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Yeah, I knew it. That's why I sent it. Well, I really don't know. Do the Krogan have two spinal columns? I know that they're practically impossible to paralyze, mostly because they have some sort of secondary nervous system. But I really don't know. Do they, in a sense, have two spinal columns? Because if you would have two spinal columns, that still wouldn't work much, because. Yeah, you have two spines. Yeah. The other one can take over the other's work when they. But it still wouldn't, in a sense, wouldn't be a backup, because you want your whatever, backup, secondary aid, or whatever you call it. You want it to be separate from the primary, so that the first is broken, second still works. Not that the first is broken, second is also broken, because hey, they're the same.
What's the biggest thing on Earth? Biggest animal?
We had some extinct monsters back when the air was real rich, but when I left, suppose it'd be the blue whale.
The blue whale. Ever fight one?
Sure, why not?
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Yeah, I already did a lot of. Yeah, so this was this the conservatory of remnants. This is ominous. Very ominous. But I'm gonna use this go anyway.
Sam, how do we get the tiller working?
I detect a console deeper inside. You may be able to hack an observer machine, Pathfinder.
Well, they still don't like somebody coming here just snooping around in here. They wanted to make sure that whoever comes to this place, well, has to struggle for it. Not make it easy. But if they wanted to make it impossible, they would have just managed to, well, make it so that you cannot enter. Let's see, what is this?
Looks like we need an observer for this. Looks like we need an observer for this.
Well, anyway guys, I'm gonna continue this next time, so I'll see you then. See ya.